Dwayne mentioned Alan Christensen. The sub has been used by Geelong, starting on the wing.
9-point lead to the Cats. Final term underway. Clearance immediately. The fresh man, Reece Palmer, bangs it inside 50 to Enright. Has been unpassable.
Yep. He's been one of their best, Corey Enright.
First kick coming up for Alan Christensen. First game up. Handballs it instead. Ling. Wasn't a great handball either. Ling under some pressure. Almost a turnover back again. Kick smothered. It's been this kind of pressure all night. Kelly, he can't make something of it. Hard. Hunt went through. Walters gang tackled. Ball up.
Yeah, it was his first touch, Alan Christensen, or his second touch in actual fact for the game, but a little bit stiff. He handballed to space, expecting his teammate to run onto it, but he found Cameron Ling, probably the slowest bloke out there. No disrespect to Lingy.
If the captain calls, you give it.
Yep.
Umpire's ball. Second game as coach for Chris Scott. Saw him animated in the box in a close one, round one. He said he won't change his style. That's just who he is. Fife, caught, and leg. The tackle slipped low.
That could have gone either way, that one. Grabbed him around the waist, but then slipped down to just below the knee.
Cord to go. Central kick. Pavlich, big leap, and Ling, solid.
And that wasn't a great kick from Nathan Fife. He had Sandlands about 40 metres out from goal, but he kicked it straight over his head to where Brad Ottens was.
Milburn. You can hear the disappointment in the crowd as well when that went inside 50. Wasted chances. Chapman.
Steve Johnson on a long lead, ignored.
Menzel.
He's working hard, Steve Johnson. He might still get this, he will. He's led about 70 metres.
Tucked into the boundary. Podge Yardley having a rest. Hasn't had a big night at the office, so he's off.
Just 2 possessions and 1 goal.
Oh, Taylor Hunt normally uses it well. That's terrible. Fife. Half back. Turnover to Steve Johnson, of all people to give it to. Gives it back. Corey sells the dummy. Sends it long. Goal square. Duncan's the only man there. He beat 2 of them.
You wouldn't read about it. He had Duffield and Kepler-Bradley to battle with. I was wondering whether he was going to be able to affect the spoil. He's ended up in between the 2 of them and taken the mark. He'll kick a goal. Should never have been in the contest.
For a 15-point margin. Just sneaks it inside.
Mark Harvey would just about be having a brain explosion in the box. He's just muttering to himself. He goes, can you believe that? 2 on 1, we get outmarked.
It was a release on handball. They need to hit that target, the Dockers. Stevie Johnson was involved again, and just a fantastic grab. He got Kepler-Bradley. Bradley was more worried about him than the flight of the ball, and pushed him into it a little bit. And in the end, Duffield had to create a better spoil than what he did, take some body with him.
So a little rest. You can see in the foreground Cameron Guthrie, who's been subbed off, gives a little wave, which is nice. Pressure of the game not getting to him.
Heard you talking about him, Dwayne.
Exactly. And why not give us a wave? Corey thumps it back. Hawkins race for it with McFarlane. Gets there first. Forced to backtrack. Not a lot to go to. Bounces away from Hawkins. Almost tied himself in a knot. Got out of it. Palmer.
Just had the pace to give himself some breathing space from the chasing Tom Hawkins, and then hit a target, Luke McFarlane.
He joined us late. The Cats opened up a 22-point lead in the second term. Fremantle came hard at them again. Hill thumps it long inside 50, and Fremantle mount another comeback. That's tapped out deliberately by Mackie. Not obvious enough.
No, it would have been a harsh one. Yep. Well, it's question time for the Dockers. They've got to answer. The Cats have opened up a 15-point lead. They need the next goal.
Sandlin's down. Pavlich gang tackled.
Fine, guys.
You're right, Jason. If they've got aspirations for a top 4 finish, they can't afford to drop any game at home.
Sandlin's It was tied up with Ottens, and Walters tried to break through. Almost ducked into the tackle. Ball up again. Hasn't been as sparkling tonight, Michael Walters, as last week. But who knows? He could be the man to spark them again tonight, as he did win them the game last week. Ling kicks it out of the area. Bartel, a couple to beat. Strong hands.
Good in the air.
And now to the open side they peel.
Wojcinski's in space. He can run.
And he takes off. Sends it long. Splendid kick. Menzel runs onto it. He's already kicked 3. Oh, he's missed.
That would have capped just an amazing passage of play. Transition from deep in defence. The kick from Wojcinski, superb. Just didn't finish.
Oh.
That would have been nearly the game winner if he kicks that.
It would have been, and his pace was outstanding.
Yep.
He ran away from Grover on that instance.
Would have been his 4th too.
Mundy. Still 3 goals from the lead, Fremantle. Ton of time left in this one. The crowd know it, Fremantle know it. Court to go. Someone needs to stand tall. Tallest man on the field, Sandlins, was there. Couldn't take the mark. Palmer to Fife.
Here we go.
McPhee. Main's inside 50, calling for a short. Pavlich is inside 50. He's calling for a short. Main gathers, gives it up. Perfect give. Hill kicks. Why he went outside of the foot, I'm not sure.
Kicked the drop punt.
And he's been good on the right foot. He chose the left foot banana on the run. But it's funny, you just, given the night we've had, you expect another twist in this match. You just expect the Dockers to come again.
Christensen from the kick in. Nephew of Damien and Martin, who both played for the Cats. Down the line. Robertson with the leap. Podgiarli back on, couldn't mark it. McFarlane sees it out. McFarlane having a rest, Johnson back on. Fife having a rest, Duffield back on. Early stages, final term. 7 minutes gone. Sandlands and Otten's been a great battle all night. The modern game, we will see this more often. Just 2 ruckmen going to head for the entire game, as opposed to one resting on the pine. Otten's up. It'll flick down. Crowley. Again getting back. Enright under the ball. Crunched by Pavlich, but Enright, he stood solid.
Never goes to ground. He's that strong through the hips.
Mackey just over the head of Wojcinski, who's still got the speed. Mackey sends the ball in the Johnson direction.
Tumble punt.
Chapman's down there, just eluded him. Pushed out of the way. Subin gave it up to Palmer, to Johnson. Back to Duffield. Needs to hit Bradley. Does.
Poor old Andrew Mackey cannot get one to spin right tonight.
Crowley forced to fly. And Kelly taken out with the ball by Walters. Another lull. Chance to grab a breath. Bradley does some ruck work this time. Flicks it down in the Ballantyne direction, and he gets a free. They need him to get back into it. Again, they thump it along in hope. Van Berlo. Ball bounced unkindly from him. Varco knocks it back to Chapman. Back to Varco, who can get and go. It sits for him. Van Berlo chased him down, but not all that quickly. Broughton, Johnson, Broughton, he kept it alive. Johnson, he'll want to keep this in. Towed out.
They just need Ballantyne just to get in the face of someone. Yeah. I think he did that in the first quarter and the third quarter, and it just seemed to spark him a little bit.
Get the crowd back into it.
Yep.
Free kick.
Bradley.
Okay, Kepler Bradley's ball. He was blocked. More seconds tick by. We've played 10 minutes now.
Yeah, James Kelly just taking his run.
You can block, but you can't block the ruckman. And Bradley in that instance was the ruckman.
Not always easy for the umpire to work out who the designated ruckman at stoppages, though.
Pavlich and McPhee over the back, but he couldn't bring it down. Fife likewise drives into Corey. Tied up, and again we'll get a ball up. Cats led by 5 points at quarter time, 3 points at half time, 9 points at three-quarter time. Tight all night. Last time here it was a 7-point win to the Dockers, and they made a statement that night. Said we're a contender. They need to make another one here. Ballantyne looks inboard. McPhee from 50. A settler, they need it. Disastrous.
Well, they're not going to get too many better opportunities than that to start the run on.
Experienced player as well.
Yep.
Milburn. And the old heads prevailing at the moment for the Cats. To the wing. Corey, he was bumped out of it by his own man then. Bradley gives it inboard. Palmer, short. Mundy. Held up. Pavlich leads short. It's in his direction. He's on the move. He's not got it. Crunched by his own man again. Ball hits the deck. Cats have the numbers. Mackie, Ling, Enright, Stokes. Little fumble. Robertson comes at him. Ling back to Enright. They've got all the answers. Robertson goes with Hunt. Ball knocked down to Bohr. He couldn't gather it. Tackle late on Hunt. Yeah. Too high. Taylor Hunt's ball. And the crowd are getting restless. Stokes, Christensen, back to Stokes, back to Christensen. Wants to give the handball again to Kelly. Had to stretch for it. Gathers. 60 from goal. Drives it long. Goal square. Otten's down there. Got a hand to it. Knocked it down at Broughton. Buffing it out of it. McPhee comes back. Lends a hand. Dragged down. Not high. No Pryor. Johnson tried to trick everybody. Fooled himself. Broughton back again. Johnson. Duffield.
Oh, they dropped it.
Corey. Handball over the top. Johnson from the pocket. No way. Across the face. Big leap by Fife. Duncan saw it stay in. Wachinski keeps it alive.
That's a throw. Yep. Gee, there's some tired players out there now.
Robertson. Who's going to spark them? Fife to Sandlands. Over his head. And again, it's Enright that mops up Fremantle's mess. Short. And it's a mark. Kelly. Hunt. Pokes it to Bartell. Goes, can't mark. Wachinski off hands. Fremantle players have stopped. Wachinski long across goal. Bounces on its end. And it's out of play.
There's a few players struggling to lift their legs. The whole ball has to be over the line.
Good call.
Boundary umpire, perfect spot.
Yeah, excellent decision.
You're right, Freo have stopped at the moment, so...
I don't think Geelong are far behind.
No, they're not either. Don't worry about that, but...
Subin caught high.
Going to take a super effort from this point for Freo to pinch this game.
It's only 14 points, but they've got to find some run. They've got to get a couple of passages of play and link them together, hit some targets.
Duffield to Broughton to Hill.
He
needs to get and go. He's held up. Pavlich is long. Main's down there as well. Main gets there. He can go over the top. Pavlich says, hold it up, son.
Unbelievable kick, Stephen Hill. Unbelievable.
He just put it in the spot, didn't he? Put it in the spot where he wanted his teammates to lead into.
And this is the one. This is the set shot from Chris Main that can put doubt in the minds of the Geelong players. Everyone's tired. You've done so much hard work to get yourself in a winning position, but all of a sudden they creep back close and they'll have the momentum, they'll have the crowd behind them if he can kick this.
Just missed.
You could hear the collective groan as soon as it left the boot.
And this is painful for the home crowd. .8:15 Fremantle. Hill to mark.
That's uncontested, inexcusable from the Cats. Harry Taylor was the tall option he was looking for.
Pavlich has to be the man. It's in his direction. He can't get a jump at it. Sandlands went up. Bradley back in the pack. Squeezed it home. There's life.
Well, they needed that. Before that goal, it was 1-7 in the second half. So to get a bit of luck, bit of fortune there, the high ball came in, and the spill fell to Bradley.
And smart for a big bloke to actually stay down, not get caught up in flying for the high ball, put himself in a position where he thought he might be able to get it off hands. He did just that. That's clever play.
And boys, Stephen Hill's the one that they're trying to get out onto this wing. They need to stop him. They've got Taylor Hunt on him at the minute, but his inside 50 is quite damaging. Geelong have to watch it.
Ottens tries to take it out of the air. Mundy back to Sandlands. Now they're inspired. Main up forward. Might go for the big jump. Does from behind. Mackie hasn't found a lot of targets tonight. Wobbler outside 50. Well played. Christensen got a handball up. Varco from Chapman, and he's away. Uses some toe. Fife hunts him down. Stokes just beyond his range, and he knows it. Johnson inside 50, thumped away by Van Berlo. Ball back alive. Robertson, little fumble. It's all it takes. Kelly keeps it alive. Bends it back from the pocket. Duncan's down there. Can't go at the mark. There's a hold. It's advantage. It's not really advantage though. I don't think the Fremantle players knew they were getting it free. It comes off. Grover. Little flick on Johnson. No one to flick to. Bartel about to send Geelong back inside 50. Might go all the way to goal. And he drives it through. Could be a heartbreaker.
Massive kick from Jimmy Bartel, but they had a chance to clean up Fremantle. They mucked around with it. You can see the pained expression on Mark Harvey's face, a little shake of the head. It was that loopy hand pass that set up Michael Johnson. I'm not sure who was looking to tap it onto, but clean hands from a quality player. Jimmy Bartel picks it up, runs around one player and then threads it from 50 on the run. A bit of class when it was needed.
Possession night for Jimmy Bartel. Margin back to 13. 37,000 on the edge of their seats at Patersons Stadium. Pavlich has been sent into the middle. McPhee rises. One grab, two.
He could nearly kick it if he wanted to.
Ballantyne's the man. And a fumble and no free. Gets back up. Pavlich from the pocket. This would be a lifter.
Oh, he's fumbled it over the line.
Through. That is disastrous from Walters. Was he too selfish?
Well, I think the ball had a lot of bend on it, and he was worried whether it was going to actually go right across the face of goal and hit the far goal post. And I feel for him.
You do. I think you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt in that situation. You're right with the way the ball was coming in.
Brilliant snap from...
Here it is.
Look, he's having a look at it. It's coming right across.
Oh, come on.
Ooh, young bloke. Enthusiasm.
Well, I feel the same as Pav. I think he should have left that. Van Berlo, Fife, that would have lifted Fremantle. Might have got them over the line. Would have made it a one-goal game. Mackie to make them pay full price. Sends it long. Podsiadly can't mark.
Should have. He should have marked that one.
He should have.
That would have been the sealer if he marks that.
And that was Mackie's best kick of the night too, so he'd be disappointed with that.
It was funny because he tried to jump up high and take the chest mark, either take it in the hands in a relaxed fashion or let it go through.
The ball in. Menzel dragged down. We're about to tick into time on final term.
Still plenty of time left.
2-goal game. Fremantle has not led since the 10-minute mark of the opening term. Thump down. Crowley, Fife. Van Berlo. Walters short. Main with the fist, out of play.
He did that well, Josh Hunt. He cut off the angle. It's a good spoil, a good interception. Steve Johnson coming off for a spell. Looks exhausted. I'll look to give him a couple of minutes and then get him straight back on, but it's not a bad replacement when you can get Paul Chapman back out there.
Kelly shoots it back. Milburn a little further back. Corey ran into the tackle. Christensen in game one puts his body on the line. Crowley comes up with it. Christensen tackles him high.
No. Just get him the ball. Picking it up. Mark's there.
That's one of those where people will argue he put the head down and ran at the tackler.
Mine.
Sits it up. Main! Huge grab. But can he complete the deal?
A strange one from Josh Hunt. It looked like he didn't fly then. I don't know if he was expecting someone to come over the top. He had one from a similar angle on the other flank a few minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, which he missed. Must kick.
To relight Fremantle's fire, to make it a one-goal game. Throws his head back and he knows in disgust. That was terrifyingly bad.
Let's have a look at the contest between he and Josh Hunt.
It was just the prop. He just propped a little bit and gave himself an opportunity to jump fully at the ball.
He got off the ground and Josh Hunt didn't. Yep. He missed the first one to the right. He missed that one to the left.
2 goals in the lead now. Hill needs to go. Big jump. Good mark.
Over the top of Harry Taylor.
Main calls for it short. It's Pavlich's ball. He's got it.
Now that's who you want having the shot for goal. If you had a choice, if they brought in the shootout and they said you can have one player for Freo that's going to have your shot for goal, you'd go straight to Matthew Pavlich.
You wouldn't go to Sandilands, Jason?
No.
They need an igniter. A record-breaking night tonight for Matthew Pavlich. 238th game for the Dockers, equaling Shane Parker's games record.
Oh, Pav, don't do it to me. He didn't kick through the footy.
He's done that a few times in his career.
He just stabbed at it. Yeah, but the big player, the big moment, he's had 25 touches and had already kicked one. I thought that'd be a soda for him. Did not kick through the footy then.
10 points the margin. 23 minutes gone, final term. The winner of this remains undefeated. Hunt thumps it. And wide. Johnson front spot. Good pluck.
Got a spoil from behind.
Someone needs to kick a goal. Crowley got hands on it. Peels back onto it. Good tackle, Bartel. We winged him into the ground.
I've got it, boss. I've got it. Yeah.
No prior opportunity according to the umpire, and we'll get a ball up.
Yeah. Thank you.
How's this for a tackle?
It's a great tackle.
How can you get rid of it when you've got one arm locked?
That's right.
Did he make an attempt? The umpire paid an earlier one against Geelong when he didn't make an attempt. That time he just thought it was too good a tackle to actually try and get rid of it. Milburn thumps it clear. Might be coming back. Knocked down by Ling. Clever to Chapman. The 200 gamer wants a win in the milestone game. Bouncing ball. McFarlane, Ottens both did well. Duffield to the sanctuary.
Yeah. Great effort from Brad Ottens.
It was. He was out of the contact. McFarlane's got him for pace. But you can see he just put his head down and did everything to make the contest.
He's struggling to get back to position too, Brad Ottens. He's tired. Great
Slap
tap.
back, perfect. Palmer needs to find a chance. Ballantyne goes up, he spills it. And again, Enright too solid. The boos of the crowd, they thought he deserved the free. Got nothing, Ballantyne. Didn't deserve it either. Ball wide, McFarlane, five. Play on advantage. Broughton, he needs to hit a target. De Boer goes hard. Brilliant grab. That's not paid. Crowd roar this disapproval again. That should have been paid. Hill can't get a handball out. Duffield does. De Boer again. He's got Fife. Where's the Pav? Short pass. Pav goes hard. Can't take the mark. Boundary line there. And Taylor.
Oh, you pay that. Yeah, you pay that because he just dived and took it over.
Goodness.
Kepler-Bradley one out.
Bradley in a one-on-one. Can't get near it. Cats have the numbers back. Slap back Stokes. Back to Bartel. Gee, they've got some poise.
Oh, what about that free kick?
Amazing. Johnson.
Yeah, Cameron Ling yelling at him to hold it up.
I can see there's 25 gone on the scoreboard. Ton of time left though. 3 minutes from time.
Yeah, they'd love to chip it around now.
Ling, he lets it roll out.
Again, teammates keep putting it out in front of Cameron Ling for him to run on. You just got to accept the fact that he's not going to make up the ground that most other players would, and particularly when he's run himself into the ground over the course of a match.
Chris Scott again. In game one, he won by behind. They're hanging in here. Poked inside 50. Cats with the numbers.
Gee,
Taylor.
Didn't look.
Varco. Christensen. Back to Varco. He's got Stevie J back on after a rest. Thought about playing on.
Got Chapman long. Oh, that's a dreadful kick.
And Podsiadly can't mark. Hassles his man Johnson off it. To Varco. Spins out of one tackle. Runs out of another. Gives it to the captain, Ling.
Oh, Chappie he's got his hands on his head. He was loose for so long.
Yes.
Still 2 goals from the lead. 2 minutes and 10 left. It's been a fantastic contest all night. Reece Palmer needs to go here, does. And they're away. Ballantyne. Bounce through the midfield. Pavlich, half forward. Taylor, big fist. Back to Ballantyne. Back to Pavlich. Can he kick this one? Handballs it back to Ballantyne. Kicks a goal. Oh, their darling Ballantyne!
What about that? What about that? Missed the set shots. But can create goals from absolutely nothing. Pavlich fantastic. Ballantyne's run.
He kept going. He
Just
kicked it.
kept
Look at
going.
him pick up the rebound clean. Then handball over the top again. And then get it back for a third time. Exceptional effort. Doesn't matter how long you lead the match for, Dwayne. You only have to be in front when the final siren goes. This is the crowd who have suddenly found voice.
There is a massive roar at Patersons Stadium. 1 minute 40 from time. 1 goal from the lead, the Dockers. Haven't led since the 10-minute mark of the opening term. Johnson, catch by 5 points to half forward. Seconds as good as the score now for Geelong. We're down to 127.
Geelong and kill for another point, I'll tell you right now.
Chris Scott keeping his composure this week.
What about his first 2 matches as a league coach? He's going to have to get his heart checked.
Johnson, more seconds tick down. Ling, a chance here for the Dockers. They need a mark. Up they fly. Otten stayed down.
Oh, brilliant.
Lifted the arms free. Good chance. Tucked into the pocket. A goal would seal it. A goal seals it for Stokes.
Well, I'll tell you what I loved about this, Jono. They had options. Brad Otten's got the ball out there. He had 2 or 3 players, and Matthew Stokes said, no, I'll take the responsibility of having the shot. He could have given it to the young bloke, Christensen, inside him, but he thought, I'm running, I'm confident, I'm a good shot, I'll take the responsibility, and he finished. That's brilliant.
Yep, shows great leadership to be able to do that, especially at a crunch time of a game.
Still time.
2 goals, 1 minute. That's the equation.
Except all of a sudden, they've got a 4-man forward line, Geelong, as everyone heads down back, and there's a few more people waving for those 4 to come down.
Sandlands with the big thump. Johnson back in defence, lending a hand. Menzel had a good night until then. Duffield, oh, it's a splendid tackle.
He did a 360.
Opportunity. Back to him now, please.
That's a game winner from Menzel.
Stay there.
And he can just take these seconds off the clock and not turn it over.
Well, they've got to man up very quickly, Freo, because they'll just chip it around.
So Taylor to Mackie.
And you can boo all you like, but the fact is, if you leave players loose, you've no one to blame but yourself.
Sends it wide. It'll be a win in Paul Chapman's 200th game. Wachinski in his hands. 11 points the margin.
He must love this caper, Chris Scott.
Short to Ling.
Two close ones in a row to start off with.
2 games, 2 wins for Chris Scott. What a game. It was crazy good. From the opening bounce. Fremantle led early by 8 points. Geelong opened up a 22-point margin, but the Dockers had their chances and couldn't run them down. The Cats by 11.
Well, I reckon both teams improved vastly on their first up performances. Even though they both had a win in round 1, Fremantle over Brisbane and Geelong over St Kilda, I don't think either of them would have been particularly happy with the fashion that they went about their business in round 1. But I think it's a tremendous effort. We've seen 2 teams really go at it. Pressure throughout from start to finish. The heat was on, the pace was up. It was an exciting contest, and in the end, a little more poise in front of goal got the Cats home. I reckon Jacko's tracked down one bloke in particular tonight, Dwayne.
Yes, game 200 for the Geelong superstar, Paul Chapman. Here's with Glenn Jakovich.
Yeah, boys, Paul, congratulations on the win. What is it with these close games?
I'm not too sure. It's great that the boys find something extra, you know, when it gets pretty close and dig deep. So probably a little bit closer than what we wanted to be. I mean, Freo missed, you know, a few shots in the last quarter as well. So we're probably a little bit lucky, but the boys dug deep, and in the end, it was a good win.
With Fremantle, you always knew they're going to keep coming, and all the boys just seemed to hang in there, and the experience just showed in that last quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Look, we're pretty fit. We knew we'd run the game out pretty well, and you know, we just tried to make the ball or make in a contest, and you know, I think we did that pretty well and stopped them from running forward. So you know, the boys dug deep, and it was a great win in the end.
You keep producing good footballers. Daniel Menzel playing his 4th league game. He was amongst it tonight. He was very good.
He was really good, especially early. Took some, you know, a few strong grabs and took the ball inside 50 and looked really dangerous.
2-0 is going to be a big year for the Cats, mate.
Let's hope so.
Well done, mate. Great stuff.
200 gamer Paul Chapman, what a leader he has been. The old heads prevail. The Cats, they're a contender again in 2011.